Combinaciones.
Throw combinations.
Entrar, pegar, calarlo, regresar. En esa misma distancia sin trabajar la distancia corta.
Action from round two. Why jab once when you can jab twice? But you see what happened. Harris jabbed twice. He didn't bring his right glove back high. And Quintero took advantage, countering with a left hand. That's the problem Harris has. Brings his punches back too low.
This is round three. Antonio Tarver. I have a lot of respect for Romulo Quirarte in Quintero's corner, but it seemed uncommon to ask a fighter how did those punches feel.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. I've never heard a trainer be so concerned with the other opponent's punches. It gives a negative thought in his fighter's mind.
Excellent point. Now we'll see Quintero. They want him again, and we've heard Quirarte tell him in 3 ShoBox appearances, Steve, please fight intelligent.
I don't want him to fight intelligent. I want him to fight like an animal. That's what he needs to do against this opponent, in my opinion. Of course, Quirarte knows his fighter better than I do, but we've seen Quintero a lot, Nick, and I don't get it. Maybe in the second half of the fight he'll turn it up and start attacking more.
I don't see Harris making many mistakes at all.
And if he fights at this pace, Harris will be able to go longer and go stronger. I mean, he has to be in there, dig into the body, taking the little condition that he may have out of him right now.
Right. So it's not too much of an over-the-top pace for Harris, because yesterday we were looking at him and saying, this guy's drained dry. He'll never be able to go 10 rounds. But
yeah, it's a nice pace. It's a quick pace.
But still, Quintero's not contesting enough where Harris could take those little breathers.
Right, he's definitely comfortable in there, and he got to put Quintero has to put Harris in an uncomfortable situation.
There you go. Quintero at the end of that long left hand from Harris. Watch the head, says Raul Calles Jr. Now they're both pretty squared up, but Harris feels comfortable. He can sense that range, snaps the jab, and avoids the left hand from Quintero. Another jab, so he's gotten Quintero's attention. Oh, combination now. Quintero begins to unfurl the offense and clips Harris on the way out. So he's punching first and last now. Nice dig to the body. There's that uppercut.
Why is Quintero stepping back after he gets inside?
Why is Harris standing in front? Steve, we love that hybrid hook uppercut from Quintero, and we saw it there.
He's a real good offensive fighter, and you see his punches flow, and his hand speed is pretty good.
Seems to be getting more comfortable, Antonio.
Yeah, he's leading with that right, and he's bringing that left. I'm sorry. He's leading with the left and bringing a sneaky left hand. I think if it lands, it definitely can do a lot of damage.
Harris misses, so does Quintero. Oh, that was a low blow, and Calles saw it.
You pull his head down. Time! Hey, vete a la esquina. Baby, you're pulling his head down, though. Come on, you got to stop pulling his head down, okay? You need a little time, give him a few minutes, all right? Walk it out. Mira, te empujó la cabeza abajo, pero controla tus punches, okay? You okay, babe? Need some time? You need some time? You need some time? You sure? Okay. Come here.
You know, Harris, before he got bombed out by Urbano Antian in his last fight, was hit low, too, which was the beginning of the end. So this guy's been bruised and battered against some big guys. And here we close out the third round. And Harris will have a minute to regroup.
Good job, man. Grab the chair. Grab the chair. Don't get careless. Don't get... Tyrone, my bad. Don't get careless, man. Don't get careless. If you're standing in front, you got to move. He's hitting you low because you pull his head down. Don't do that, okay?
Bring back just a little bit, Tyrone. Listen, that was a beautiful round. Nice round. He's starting to get anxious now. You're taking the play from him. You're in charge, and he's starting to get anxious. He's picking up the pace. Do not let him. We're matching his fucking speed. We're matching his pace, okay?
Hey. Action from round three. Watch the low blow. The right arm of Harris was around Quintero's head, bringing Quintero down. Sorry, Raul Calles, that's not a low blow. If the punch is landed low because the fighter who throws it, his neck is being pushed down, technically that's not a low blow. And Calles as much as said that when he said, hey, don't wrap your arm around his neck.
Antonio, I suppose there's degrees of low blow, but they all hurt, huh?
They all hurt.
And is it a mistake for a fighter not to take more time? It's a macho thing to say I'm not that hurt.
great left hand. Yeah, you got, especially in Harris's case, he should have just relaxed a little longer.
But now it looks like he's rejuvenated and he's full of fire now, and Quintero's taking needless shots and holding on. Now Quintero bangs back and Harris backs off. Harris tries to loop that punch in. Now a dig to the body and straight shots, and he's driving Quintero back and making him rethink things.
Quintero's looking at the referee. I don't know why.
He's not taking those punches well at all.
Remember, Quintero's only loss, or we should remind you, he was KO'd and won in Mexico, but has won 12 straight. And you know, when this fight was made, saying, is this really a step up? Well, now this is. Based on just 3 rounds, this is Quintero's toughest test to me, Steve.
Well, very hard fight to figure, because round 3 was all Quintero. And now round 4 has been totally Harris, the most one-sided fight, one-sided round of the fight so far.
What's Harris doing so effectively here, Tyrone?
Right now,
or I should say Antonio.
Right now, he's asserting himself. You know, I guess he feels like he's tasted Quintero's power, and now he's saying, okay, let me see, can he take mine?
Does he need to be on the jab more?
I think he needs to assert himself a little bit more, just push forward and just let him go. You know, get comfortable enough to just say, okay, I'm going to take a few risks.
Now he's taking some punches. Quintero, though, walks into a shot, so he's wide open. It's the stuff we've really enjoyed about him. Makes him a TV fighter.
You can't miss Quintero if you counterpunch against him, that's for sure.
Harris with a very tight package. He just really looks like a solid, foundationally fit fighter. Well, fit is a big question here. He complains about being hit behind the head there by Harris, does Quintero. But Harris's conditioning will be a factor. He did not make weight yesterday, and he looked great.
No punch. Here we go. Here we go. Box.
But you know, he's got good bounce in his legs. And he's been coming forward. He's used his reach intelligently to create space.
Whoa.
A barrage of punches. They throw shots together, so they're winging bombs now. Harris staying more in control, and Quintero says, let's make it a slugfest.
Let's hope that all the rest of the rounds are as competitive as this, and we have a classic on our hands.
That's it. Very close call. Crowd getting into it big as we close out round 4.
Action from round 4.
Ooh.
Harris couldn't land more flush if he tried, and you could see Quintero, as Antonio said, did not take these punches well. You see him back off. For the first time in the fight, one of the fighters was against the ropes, and it was Quintero. Exactly the opposite of what we would have guessed. Harris took advantage. He won the round. He didn't have a great last minute or last 30 seconds. Quintero came back on, and there you see the counterpunch by Harris. But it was a good last minute for Quintero. Very, very back and forth. And now the end of the round, Quintero's mouth open, not a good idea. Maybe he's a little tired, while we keep expecting Harris to get tired because of his struggles to make the weight. Very interesting back and forth seesaw fight.
Let's go.
We go to the 5th. Antonio Tarver, unofficially, we have it 3 rounds to 1 Harris. Talk about modifications now that Marvin Quintero must do, because when young fighters have it all their way, they don't have to make adjustments. Now he's faced adversity. What does he have to do different?
Right now, he just has to stick to the game plan and do not, by no means, get passive right now. He's in a fight. And in order to get to that next level of championship boxing, this is what you have to go through.
He's getting driven back, and Harris has a boatload of confidence as he sinks shots upstairs. And here comes Quintero's hurt. He looks almost down here, and he's holding on. Tyrone Harris, the upset of his life in the making here, and he's got over 2 minutes in round 5 to get it. Let's see.
Quintero's eyes don't look great to me. They're a little wet and a little glassy.
Antonio, how much should Harris be pressing with 2 minutes to go here?
Pressing, not out of control, but in control. Control, aggressive boxing behind a hard, stiff jab. He got to let his punches go. Right now, he's giving this guy a window to recover and recuperate.
It really is. And Quintero, nobody's thrown a punch for 15 seconds. Harris now fighting, backing up. We're going to see here, you know, if conditioning is going to start to ebb into this fight, or lack of it for Harris. He's had a huge first minute of this fifth, but now he's backed off the pedal as we hit the halfway mark, and Quintero has been able to gather himself. Quintero on the left. We talked about adversity. That's probably the worst since he's come to the States to fight that he's faced.
To reiterate my point from earlier, I don't understand the style. Harris is notoriously not a very good infighter. Quintero should have gone to the inside. He would have weakened Harris further with body punching there. He hasn't done much of that. I don't understand the strategy. I really don't.
We'll see if it changes the second half of this fight. Oh, body shot from Harris drives Quintero back. So he has Quintero rethinking all night. He's gotten his attention, his respect, and he's winning.